I have to be honest for a second. I have lied to you. And so has a big majority of the people out there that claim that you can enter the IT GRC area without any technical skills. I'll be the first to admit it, that it is not entirely correct. But if you stick around and you give me the chance, I will explain what I mean by that. And I will also give you, if you're patient enough, the one secret you need to keep in mind in order to still succeed in the IT GRC space. My name is Yannis, former lawyer turned IT GRC expert, and together, you and I are going on a journey to take you from zero to IT GRC hero. Let's go. This very channel, the essence of the IT GRC hero is to tell you how to enter the space and thrive in the space with limited to no technical skills. That's my mojo, I am selling you this idea. And I am now coming back and saying that maybe when I made this video right here, I was not entirely truthful to you. And there is a bit of nuance in that statement that, hey, you don't need any technical skills. You can just get into IT GRC, having any background, having zero IT knowledge. You can become a manager, you can become a director, you can become a chief information security officer or a chief technology officer at a company if you don't have the technical skills. Not correct. Let me explain. My journey in IT GRC started off as a privacy analyst. I've been speaking about it quite a lot in the intro. I am a former lawyer. I have a legal background. I started with the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, which is a law, right? I had this expertise. I was a lawyer. I went into GDPR waters. I delved into it, not much in terms of technical skills. I was tasked to review policies, documentation, know the GDPR, apply the GDPR, have some familiarity with some tools, IT tools, to make my work possible, report incidents, report data breaches, align with the business as to what privacy controls we need to apply, and that's it. Moving forward, I decided I want to learn more about the information security measures. In that effort, I had to understand a bit more about the information security aspects. I was still not technical. I was not doing coding. I was not doing programming. I was just required to know certain things about security controls, IT and information security controls. Moving forward, I had another job. In that job, I had to understand iSCSI and Ethernet and cables and redundancy and data centers. A bit more technical. Not fully, but a bit more. And fast forward to today, a bit of a similar situation, a mix of law, a mix of personal skills, negotiation, awareness, educating people, understanding IT risks, understanding frameworks like ISO 27001 or NIST, and then applying those and having a process that is working properly, as well as stakeholder management, managing projects and teams. But why am I telling you this? We have this motto, and I have this motto: you don't need technical skills to enter IT GRC. We have to ask two questions. First question is, what is technical? As far as I know, there's no definition as to what technical actually means, because technical can mean many things to many people and under different circumstances. So what is technical? Is it being able to encrypt files and understanding the encryption behind it? Is it knowing what access controls apply to a particular dataset? Is it being able to fully understand a penetration testing report? Is it the setup of a network? The cables, the routers, the switches, the bridges, whatever firewalls are in place? Is that technical enough? That is a question that depends on the context. And the other question is, for the context you're in, how much of that technicality do you need? Do you need 0%? Do you need 10, 50, 75, 100%? How much technicality is there in the IT GRC role or position you're in or you're pursuing? In my example, my very first position had almost zero or very minor IT or technical capabilities involved. It was mostly legal. The next one was a bit more advanced. The one after that was even more advanced. In a similar context, your position, the one you're pursuing or the one you're in, might require you to be in a certain level of technical expertise. So ask those two questions. What is technical and how much technical is enough? And then you have a better understanding of, okay, I am applying or I'm pursuing this role. I need to know certain things about this technology, this framework, that set of controls, and so on. So yeah, when I tell you and when we tell you as a community in the IT GRC area that you can enter the IT GRC space with no technical knowledge and background, it can be a bit misleading because it all depends on the context. It all depends on the situation. And I know I now sound like a lawyer. Our favorite response, yeah? It depends. It is true though, and I'm sorry to break it to you like that, but that's what it is. It depends very much on the context. And for a quick moment, if you haven't walked away already because I'm an imposter or a fraud, do me a huge favor, hack the like button, hit subscribe and join our community and hit the bell icon so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks so much. Now, I promised in the introduction that I would give you the one thing, the one tool that you need to succeed and be better than 99% of everybody else in the IT GRC space. And if you haven't left because of you think I'm an imposter or a fraudster, thank you, first of all. And here is the one tool you need. You don't need necessarily technical skills, but you need to be able, to be willing, and to be curious to learn about technicalities, about how do systems work, how do controls work, what does encryption mean, how is it applied, what do we mean by vulnerabilities, what kind of vulnerabilities are there, what kind of viruses are there, and malware, what kind of access do we have, what can we do in order to safeguard our data, our infrastructure, our technology. Being curious, I think, is the biggest tool that you can have in the space. And that's something that nobody's gonna give you. It's something that you need to cultivate. You need to go and pursue actively curiosity and being willing to say, hey, I don't know, I don't have the technical background, but I'm willing to learn. Now, is this going to apply for every position? Maybe not. Maybe for some positions, you are already expected to have a technical skill set that is required to do that job. Otherwise, you won't get that opportunity, of course. But if you have the chance, I would highly recommend that you stay curious. That's it. It's as simple as that. Get a certification. Expand your horizons and your knowledge. Be humble and be aware that, of course, you don't know everything, but be willing to learn and be willing to exceed the baseline that you have today. Tomorrow, you can achieve a higher level of understanding of your field. And that's exactly what makes us better IT GRC professionals. So if you have that mindset, if you have that approach to the situation, if you have that willingness to explore and to learn, I guarantee you, and I'll be here to discuss it, and I'll be here when you come tomorrow or the year after or in 10 years, I'll still vouch for the same. If you are curious and if you are willing to learn, you'll be golden. Now, before I go, this is another video you can watch about what IT GRC skills do you actually need apart from curiosity. There's a whole bunch of them. You can watch this video right here. As always, stay safe and secure, both in the physical and the digital world. Until next time, take care.